one or two familiar names and a couple of returnees. Hey, nice to see you. I'm not going to call you guys up by name. I don't want to make you feel embarrassed there, old Theo. I mean, Yaku, and yeah, everybody else.
Good to
Dion?
see you.
Hey,
Yay.
good stuff. And there's old Mary and a bunch of the recent graduates. Welcome, everybody. It's that time of the month. It's been a while. It's been all of 4 weeks. Welcome back to the HODLNOTS Happy Hour Hangout out here in the HODLNOTS stable. Okay, not too many puns today. Don't mind the birds and the horses in the background. You might hear them as we go along. But yeah, a jam-packed session today with lots of great information, the contest, and some happy
Oh, wow.
announcements as well. Yeah, how are you, Wendy? You good?
I'm doing great. God, I love the bird sounds. That's kind of cool. Sounds busy where you are.
But we are.
Well, we're in the
Oh, well,
HODLNOTS
we
stable
are.
right
Yeah,
now.
sorry. Where we are. We're all gathered together in that barn.
Oh, there's a horse. All right.
There's a horse. Yeah, you're right.
I'll settle that up. I mean, I've just climbed off the bike, the motorbike, like I've still got riding jacket on. I don't know. Can I wear that?
Yeah, you look good.
You're the horse
You look
person. Can I wear a motorcycle riding jacket on a horse?
Yeah, you might
sure.
need to if you've never ridden before.
No.
And you fall off.
Extra padding.
Well, yeah, I need all the extra padding I can get. But I don't know, Marcel, you ever been into horses and that kind of thing? I mean, photograph them or
I'd probably break horses back if I did. I've ridden horses when I was like a child. Not my thing, huh?
Well, I've never been on a horse, but we're gonna pony on up today. We're gonna learn about a whole bunch of things. Yeah, I mean, in terms of horses, I mean, Vicky's the one who's been riding horses for plenty of times.
Yeah,
But,
she's a horse lover.
Yeah, I mean, Wendy, you ride horses, don't you? I mean, you're from Texas.
No, that doesn't matter.
You're not a
Just because you're
Texan.
from, I am a Texan doesn't mean that everybody rides horses and lives on ranches in Texas.
Well, I mean, we
I
live in
have
Africa,
ridden
so, I
them,
mean,
yes.
we ride
That's not what we
zebras
see on
and whatever to
TV.
school. I mean, that's what we did at Badger.
Yeah, I'm not living where Yellowstone is. No, I'm not.
Anyway, well,
It's a visual.
yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. So, everybody else, welcome to it. Great to have you here. So, a whole bunch of regulars and one or two new faces as well. Love to see you here. Good on you. Here we go, February the 12th, or 2 days away from Valentine's Day, but we're here to share the love around a couple of things. Yes, hi, Danny. We saw the wave. Good to see you. Good to see you. And have a look around you, ladies and gents. You might have read the preamble around what today's 4-H session is all about, all the puns. So what do we got in around? I'm trying to get out the way. All right, we've got one or two. You guys recognize what's that above my head? What's that? Oh, there, Becky says it there. Okay. What else? What else is going on here? Marcel's going vegan. All right. Staple. You guys see anything else interesting? Pop it down in the Q&A section down below. What's your favorite part of this week's background graphic? There are a few funny things.
I'm looking now. Yeah, lots of apples, but
Well, let's pick up the pace a little and get into a bit of a canter. So today's session, we're going to be having a look at the latest Den percentages grabs. We've seen the market trying to turn some great coins. I've been running. I don't know about you guys, but Qtum was running earlier. Well done on the recent graduates for grabbing some great percentages. I saw a 5 and a 15%. Marcel will be showing us probably in the next episode on that. But yeah, market's been turning some great coins running. BNX ran. We've had a whole bunch of others. And then we're going to get into today's actual topic. Wendy's going to be taking us through stable coins. Now, why is this important to you as scalp traders, as day traders, as long-term traders within Bitcoin Trend and Forecast using the HODL file? Why? All right. Why do we trade with USDT? And what are these others? All right. What are the trading pairs like with these other stable coins? This is what we're going to be delving into today with Wendy. And then, yeah, we're actually going to be getting into a segment. We often talk about the course, but we've got a brand new course. So hopefully some of you ladies and gents have actually seen the post around that. So Vicky's going to be taking us through some of that. We've got a contest today. And you guys can start thinking about this. You can even start populating your answers down below. I think Danny's a big fan of the beer. We know that. Anonymous attendee, you guys remember, if you guys want to be in a contest, this wasn't a contest that I just asked you, but if you want to be in a contest, please make sure that we know who you are. If you're posting anonymously, I'm not going to see that answer. All right, so we'll observe the anonymous attendee with the staples, the money stack on the wick. Yeah, all right, good. So the contest, you guys start thinking about this, because we are talking about the new course. All of the existing HODLNOTS, everybody who's done the course before, whether it be last month, whether it be 4 years ago, wherever it was, what was one of your highlights or the I don't know, one of your favorite parts or a light bulb, something that really triggered for you, that really made the course for you? Was it your classmates on the camaraderie? Was it the understanding of time frames, the front of the mountain? Was getting the HODLNOTS indicator? Okay, and for those of you who haven't done the course but are considering doing either our live course, our brand spanking new course, self-paced, we'll get into shortly. If you're considering doing this foundational trading course, what are you looking forward to learning most? Or what are you looking forward to experiencing? What are you looking forward to getting and understanding? We'd like to get those answers in because you're going to win a HODL Fire subscription for a month just for writing a couple of words. Amazing stuff. Yeah, I'm running out of words, Marcel. You're going to have to kick on over and take us away.
I want your voice to get off, so I'll back it.
Okay, your turn.
Okay. Let's have a look at what happened in the den for the last month or so. All right. Everyone see my screen?
Yeah.
We can.
Okay, so we're going to look at a couple of weeks in the den. For those of you that are new, like I always say, these are just small excerpts from our den, our chat that we have for our members, where we help call coins, we help each other to look at charts, we help basically there as a community to all profit together. So this was the week ending 26th of Jan. So you'll see there was quite a few great trades. We are scalpers, so most of these trades are within minutes. It's not day trading where like 20 you would think 22% would have been a day trade, but it wasn't. It's scalps. So there's a 70%, there's a 9%, 9.8%, 6.9%. So this was obviously a great week in the den, and it does go up and down. Not every week is as good as this, but like we always say, even in the weeks where the market is a little bit down, we still find a way to profit. So this week was exceptionally great. Let's have a look at the week after that. Okay, so this was the week ending the 2nd of Feb. So here you'll see it slowed down slightly, but it's still some great trading. Here was a 10%. There was another 10%. Here was, what's that? About 16%, 3%, 3%. This person actually scalped it up and down, which is quite cool. 5%, 4%. So all in all, the market's been going well for this week and the one before that. And then this last week that just ended 9th of Feb, we also had some great trades. There was a 6%er, 7%er, 4%er, 9%er. And you often see these coins, they run in cycles. So you'll see this week there might have been people that profited from the same 4 or 5 coins as it's running, and then maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks down the line, we'll see those coins run again. We look at thousands of coins every day in TradingView, so we don't really mind trading the same coin every day. we'll find runners, whether it's this coin that runs today, or if it only runs in the next 4 weeks, we will have coins during that time to profit from. So there was another 12%, 8%. So you'll see BNX here. There was two trades from BNX, a couple of other ones. It's also been multiple members that's profited from the same coin. And that is where the community comes in for the den. So someone will see a coin that's running, they will notify us in the den, and then everyone profits from that. And that's the power of the den. And that's basically the updates from the den side, John. I don't know if anyone wants to add anything, but I think
No, I think that's
it was quite a good from the last 4H up until now. There was some good scalping as well.
Some great scalping, and actually, we're seeing a number of our HODLNOTS who are in the 3M challenge actually starting to progress quite nicely. We've seen a couple of people going from yellow to pink, pink 1 and 2, and carrying on. And it's amazing just to see people being persistent. And just looking at the January graduates, they're not yet in the 3M challenge. They've just graduated. That'll be soon, I'm pretty sure. And I can see some of them already warming up in terms of their trading. So well done there. And speaking about the course, guys, keep your answers coming. That's great. We've got some really great ones so far. I'm not going to read them out yet. I don't want to get other people copying, but for those of you who'd like to participate in this live contest, there are a bunch already, but do let us know what your highlight was. Yeah, Danny, we see yours. Yeah, specifically around the course. We know that the den is amazing and there's great stuff around the den, but let's look at the course itself. And for those of you who haven't yet done it, there are a couple. We'd like to hear from you what you might be looking forward to if you were to consider doing it. So keep those answers coming. Yeah, I mean, listen, Marcel, I mean, the market is definitely starting to turn. And even if it isn't, we're still grabbing percentages. They might not be, the 25 percenters, but it's a great thing about scalping. You get in and you get out and, you're done. So lovely stuff.
Definitely.
Cool. Yeah. So actually, I should bring back the music. We want to kind of get into the theme quickly. So let's just do this. And because it's kind of like the little bit of preamble to Wendy's section, talking about stables and so forth. So let's talk about them, because a number of you might be trading on different exchanges, and shush. Okay, we'll give you some more hay now. Sorry. So a number of you might be trading on Mexi, some of you might be on Coinbase, some of you might be on Binance, and you are going to find different stable coins. Now, there's a new update with Binance. I don't know if some of you have seen this, but used to be able to put your extra trading funds. So for instance, you had $100, but you're only trading with 20 at a time, whether you're part of the 3M or otherwise, or maybe you have $1,000 or whatever. And you didn't want to trade with, didn't want to do scalp trades or any trades with the full USD quotient there. So we used to be able to put it into a funding wallet on Binance. Now, the problem is when you're now trading on spot trading, it actually pulls from not only your spot wallet, but also your funding wallet as well. So, you had $100, $90 in the funding wallet, $10 in your spot wallet, right? Now it shows $100. So what do? Well, you have an option in terms of buying another stable coin, and you can lock up that excess. Wish we all had excess USDT, but if you have extra USDT, you can actually lock it up into another stable coin. So when you're trading like Qtum was running today, USDT, you might have the rest of your USDT in USDC or TUSD, whatever. So there are some great workarounds and applications, and not just around what Wendy's going to show you now. So Wendy, take us away and take us on a ride into the sunset as to all the uses of stable coins and what they are.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm looking at that little balance right over here behind my shoulder. Vicky's got on the backdrop. So that's basically a weigh scale showing the stable coins there, and backed up against Tether. So what I want to do is I'm going to talk about stable coins. And I'm going to give you some information about what they are, and we're going to run over stable coins. And then, John, you're really good at the practical, so then you can throw it all together and you, just like you just did, and show people that what the uses are. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen. And I just want to make sure everybody understands what is a stable coin. So thanks for joining us on this happy hour hangout time. And we're going to talk stable coins. So what we would like to do is we want to do a little overview and a teaching on something that we really don't touch on within the course, but it's also relevant to your cryptocurrency trading. So we're going to go over what are stable coins, how do you recognize them basically, how do stable coins maintain their value, what types of stable coins are there, what is the difference between stable coins and other cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum, how they differ. What are the main stablecoin pairings? John has talked about that as well. The major stablecoin issuers and some of the uses for stablecoins, just so you can get an idea of why stablecoins are different from other tokens in cryptocurrency. So what are stablecoins? We try and simplify everything. This is what we do in HODLNOTS on our course, is we break things down that seem to be complicated, and we want to make it very basic and simple for you. So a stable coin is basically a type of cryptocurrency whose value is pegged to another asset, such as an example would be fiat currency or gold. And this could be any country's fiat currency. And this is to help maintain a stable price in the coin. So stable coins actually provide a better option for more suitable or common daily transactions. So they're not as volatile with price fluctuations like a lot of the other coins and tokens that can change dramatically, as we know, even in minutes, scalp trading. So not just hours or days, but it changes dramatically in minutes on a lot of coins. So with a stable coin, it actually provides stability so that people can use it in basic transactions. So how do stable coins maintain their value? Stable coins will seek to maintain a stable value by pegging their market value to that external reference, whether it be a fiat currency, gold, or a similar financial instrument that keeps the value steady, or pretty close to steady anyway. It's not going to fluctuate a whole lot. It will a little, but not just a whole lot when it's pegged to whatever the asset is and the rate at the asset, the value. So here are a couple types of stable coins. There's several different types, and I was finding them all over the place. So these are the basic ones. A fiat collateralized or pegged, what they call it. Commodity collateralized or pegged. Crypto collateralized or backed. Crypto-backed stable coins. U.S. Treasury-backed stable coins. And then the last one is a non-collateralized or algorithmic. So I want to break each one of these down because you probably had no idea, like I did until I started researching it, that there were so many different kinds of stable coins. And I'm like, okay, I just thought there was one. I just thought everybody, that I know just thinks maybe USDT or USDC is one, but you don't realize that they're all different kinds and types of stable coins. So let's just break it down a little bit so that you're a little bit more familiar with stable coins as I am now. Fiat collateralized or pegged stable coins. These are making it really simple for you. These are pegged to an asset like fiat, which would be USD, EUR, the US dollar, different types of country currencies. Then you've got commodity collateralized, which would be that these stable coins are pegged to a cryptocurrency. So those ones, an example I'm giving you is like PAXG or XAUT, which is Tether Gold. These two are both backed by gold reserves. So they will be pegged to whatever the gold reserves value is. Then we have crypto collateralized, which is stable coins that use over collateralization to mitigate volatility of the underlying asset. Now I had to read that 3 times before it really sank in what that meant. but basically it's a coin like DAI. So I wanted to explain it to you. So it's backed by Ethereum. So you've got the stable coin is DAI. It's being backed by Ethereum, which maintains through different systems of smart contracts within the MakerDAO protocol. So users basically in this protocol using DAI, the users deposit collateral to mint more DAI to keep it stable. So you've got a community, a little ecosystem there that's running that to keep the value of that stable coin afloat. So because it's backed by a big strong coin like Ethereum, it's a crypto collateralized stablecoin. So hopefully I cleared that up. Then we have US Treasury backed. These are USDY, which is Ondo, and USYC, which is Hashnote. You may not have ever heard of those, but those are both supported by US Treasury in repurchase agreements. And these offer yield to holders, and they're basically act as tokenized money market funds. And they're very appealing to investors. So you've got a lot of investors that will be making money off of these. And so they're Treasury backed. Then the last type of stablecoin that we have is non-collateralized, or what they call algorithmic. These use software algorithms to adjust the supply and the demand to maintain the stable price. So these are very risky ones. In my eyes, they are. Because of the algorithm, they're really risky for long term. And a good example of that is we've got Ample and Frax. So a lot of you trade, as you know, Ample, AMPL, and Frax coins on the market. But they face the risk, so you need to know about these two coins, but they also face challenges because of the long-term to keep their stability up. Terra, Luna Classic, Luna. Everybody knows Terra USDT, USD collapsed in 2022. And that was that type of a stable coin that everybody just loved, as you know, at the time. So those are the different types. So now what is the difference between stable coins and other cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum? Stable coins are crucial to the ecosystem of cryptocurrency because they provide a stable value. Most of these cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum, they offer lots of other benefits because they do not require trusting an intermediary institution like a bank to send the payments to anyone and anywhere. So this is why Bitcoin and a lot of the other coins and tokens as well, but mostly the coins like Bitcoin and Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, I could go on. They use those to send payments without being using on a bank. Decentralized is basically it, and on centralized platforms as well. But with cryptocurrencies, the price is unpredictable and it changes dramatically during the day, making them really hard to use for everyday purposes. So this is where the stable coins come in, is they have a much more stable value. The major stablecoin issuers, there's hundreds of stablecoins available everywhere. I could not believe how many I could find. I didn't even know about half of them. The majority are issued by Tether and Circle. So I don't know if a lot of you know that Circle is USDC. And a lot of you have been trading on USDC or with USDC backed stablecoins on most of the exchanges. So Tether is the largest stablecoin by market cap. That is USDT. There's lots of news going on about USDT, but it's got millions and billions of back behind it. Circle USDC is the second largest by market cap. And then there's Paxos USDP, which issues Pax dollar and provides the infrastructure for PayPal. It's stable coin. And I didn't even know that PayPal had a stable coin. You may have known that, but I didn't. PYUSD. So I was finding out a lot of different things about stable coins. So these are the things I wanted to bring to your attention. So the uses for stable coins are on-ramp to DeFi. So they facilitate lending, borrowing, and yield farming, liquidity pools, reducing loss, and maintaining efficiency of most of the decentralized exchanges or DEXs. They're also used for payments and P2P transactions, peer-to-peer. Cross-border transactions, they're used for faster and cheaper services. Foreign exchanges and trade finance, FX, are used for global international business transactions to make it really easy for people to trade overseas and through global transactions. Much more faster and different fees, lower fees, especially than banks. The store of value, that is a really big, strong use for stable coins because using it for stable financial agreements, they come in extremely, extremely handy. So what are the stablecoin pairings? There's lots of them. I'm listing the majority of them right here, but you've got USDT and then pairing, which John was talking about earlier, like to Bitcoin. So that is Tether for Bitcoin or USDT. And then you'll see that the pairing of it is with Bitcoin. You also have USDT for Ethereum, Doge, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin. So you can use the stable coin with all these other coins as well, and you can trade them back and forth. So some of the other stable coins, as you can see down here, are USDC, USDE, Ethena, and DAI, a true USD. You can use BUSD. I could go on and on and on. There's lots of stable coins when you get into really, really looking at them and how they are paired. So you can really, really see what the use of these stable coins is for, is the stability of the market. And that's why all of them are pegged and used on the different exchanges. And you can find them on all the exchanges. So different ones are on different exchanges, but again, stay with the most popular and the largest ones. So, John,
Yes.
over to you.
Well, let's look at it then. I'll pull up the charts. So this is just an example on Binance. Nice little run earlier from Layer. It's been doing quite nicely today. Anyway, so looking at Binance, and this is going to be similar for your other exchanges as well. When you go and look for coins, so in this situation, I've got the advanced layout here for Binance, so I don't have that list taking up space. And you'll notice that we're generally trading USDT pairs because that is the majority of the trading pairs with a bunch of these coins and tokens. And there are a bunch. If I start scrolling down, you're going to see about 380 of these. All right. On Mexi, we've got 3,714 of them, or 3,814. I can't remember. A lot of them, right? So this is why it's the most commonly traded pairing in terms of their stablecoin. Now, again, because I'm in South Africa, we do have, you can go according to the Rand. But here are all some of these others. Some of them weren't included in the slides, but we've got USDC, right? Circle, there we go. We've got FDUSD, we've got TUSD, and then, of course, then we start getting into some of these alternate pairings with Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, etc., right? If you look at, you see there are a bunch, the 380 of these trading pairs, USDT, but now you start to look at FDUSD. And the list gets markedly shorter. All right. You start looking at USDC, also quite short, probably only about 80 or thereabouts. TUSD, very short. So that's A in terms of that one-to-one ratio. Remember, these stable coins are generally pegged one-to-one, especially these ones that we're talking about, are pegged one-to-one with the US dollar. So even if the US dollar goes up or down, it doesn't matter. They have the same, pretty much the same value. So let's have a look at one of the use cases, and I did touch on it previously. All right. So if I had, $900 here, but I didn't want to trade. I only want to trade with $100 or $50 at a time. You used to be able to put it into your funding wallet. You can't do that anymore. So what you can do is actually, if it was $900, you could actually put it into another stable coin, that USDT. So for instance, that USDT, I wanted to put it into USDC or something else. What you're going to do, and it can go into DAI and it can go into a few others. So I'm just going to show you here, USDT. So you'll see here's one of the stable coins, right? It's around one-to-one. Now you probably get just slightly more for your USDC, but I mean USDT, but you'll see that it is pretty much $1. If you start looking at some of the other pairs as mentioned, FD, USDC, TUSD, so let's have a look at USDC. You'll see there it's pretty much one-to-one. But what happens is, and this is a nice use case of these stable coins, if you are not wanting to trade with your entire USDT capital that you have in your exchange, is that then what you can do, you go here, all right, that's that. And now I would want to now buy USDC with my USDT. And because you can see it is controlled roughly about 1-to-1. Okay, sometimes it's slightly more at 0.0002. All right, you can see it fluctuates. It's going to be very difficult for those of you who have learned how to limit buy and limit sell. Best thing is to do market buy. Your order will fill right away, and it's not going to be a major price fluctuation between the bottom of that wick and the top of that wick. I mean, I think that's okay. So that's one of the use cases around that. And it'll be the similar thing with MEXC, with KuCoin, Bitmart, and everything else that we trade on. Nice use case. So bottom line is these stable coins provide stability so that you can put your funds into a stable coin and it always stays 1-to-1, unless it is like that old UST when the Luna collapsed and everything else. Let's not talk about that again. But most of these stable coins are pretty stable in the sense that they are 1-to-1 with the US dollar. So if you're going to cash out your USDT or USDC or TUSD or all of those, you're going to get the dollar equivalent at that time. So just bear that in mind. So there are a lot more trading pairs under USDT. And you guys know this by now. Most of you have done the course at some sort of trading. You'll know that there are plenty more USDT pairs than there are the others. And then the last use case on this is if you had too much USDT and you used to be able to put it in a funding wallet, or if you're on MEXC into your fiat wallet, just be careful it doesn't pull all of your available USDT, and you can actually buy their 1-to-1 ratio pretty much with another stable coin. So when it comes to trading any of the USDT pairs, you're not going to be trading with all of it because it's locked up in USDC or TUSD or FTUSD, etc. So that's in terms of use case. Hopefully that made a bit of sense. Speaking of sense, some of you are dropping in some good sense in the Q&A, and where you're dropping some answers and you're sharing your moments and so forth. But before we get into that, Vicky's going to be sharing some light on something else that has popped up in the last few days. Something to do with her background-ish behind her.
Yeah, so it's very timely that amazing that we're doing this at this time. So Tether, which most of us know because that's USDT, has just actually gone back to Bitcoin network. It's called Lightning Network. So most of us, we trade with USDT, and when we transfer USDT from wallet to wallet, we pick either the Ethereum network or we pick the Tron network. They're actually on 10 networks. We just don't see them sometimes. They're on Tron, they're on Solana, they're on Avalanche. But normally we use ERC20 or we use TRC20, which is the Tron network. They're now back actually on the Bitcoin network. It's called the Lightning Network. It's actually not the Bitcoin network, but it's called Lightning Network, and it sits on top of Bitcoin. It's faster than the Bitcoin network. But interestingly, Tether actually started out originally on the Bitcoin network when it first launched. It was called Omni. Well, not on the Bitcoin network. It was called an Omni network, OMNI, which still exists, but we don't really see it anymore. Binance dropped it a while ago. That was back in, I think, 2014. So when they first launched Tether, they were on an Omni network, so you could transfer Omni to Omni. And they left that. Omni doesn't really exist anymore. It does, but no one really uses it. And then in about 2018, USDT became available on the Ethereum blockchain. So that's the ERC20 network that we all know. And some of you realize if you've done it a lot, that's a very expensive network. Sometimes you're actually paying more in fees than you're actually sending in USDT. So Tron was another great one to do. So the Tron network, we could do it on that. You can also do it on Solana. But as we know, your wallet, or as you should know, and we try to tell our students this, where you're transferring it from and where you're transferring it to, you have to be able to use the same network. So if one wallet doesn't accept Tron and one wallet does, you can't send it on Tron. You'll lose your tokens. So this is just opening up another avenue to us, and you won't see it everywhere, but because they've launched on the Lightning Network, what that means is For merchants who accept Bitcoin, they're actually going to be able to now accept USDT as well. And also their transactions are going to be faster. So we might be seeing USD pop up on this Lightning network, it's LN. So if you do, please just make sure if you choose that one, that your wallet that you're sending it from and sending it to can both accept Lightning. You know, there's always a lot of FUD around Tether because of how they back their coin. They are backed by US dollars, but there's always a lot of FUD. This is a good step forward for us. It opens up Tether to lots of other different people. So, you know, a lot of merchants will accept Bitcoin on the Bitcoin network, on a Lightning network, but they don't accept USDT, or they don't, because they don't have another network to use. So now this opens up a whole bunch more people to Tether USDT. So it's actually quite an exciting time. They weren't able to do this until last year, well, 2 years ago now, 2023, when Bitcoin had an upgrade to its chain. And then that's when they enabled this to happen. And then obviously Tether just decided to do it now. So they just announced that back on 30 January. So it's available now. So we should see USDP popping up in different places now, which is quite exciting. So that's what I wanted to say. So just watch out for that.
Yeah, there's always been a little bit of FUD and uncertainty, people talking about USDT being depegged. We have seen a collapse,
Yeah.
but there has been in the last 2 years, various people have spoken about it or mentioned it and be like, be careful, guys, get your USDT into Bitcoin and get it off the exchange. I mean, USDT is the biggest, and sure, anything could happen. You always got to be careful anyway.
Yeah. They're actually 3 times bigger than USDC. So that's how
Yeah,
big
very
Tether
big.
is. Yeah.
So should be the most stable of the stable coins, right? I'm sure there's a pun there somewhere,
Crossing our fingers.
Stable coin. Very good, John. Very
well,
good.
yeah, well, that's why they call stable coins, I think, right?
Yeah,
Because yeah, but there'd be less
but
stable
that was
coins.
really good. Sorry, but that was really great information. Extra, Vicky, to follow up on that. So thank you for sharing that as well. And great visual, John.
Yeah, thanks. It's no, there was an article that I found. Vicky's far more eloquent when it comes to explaining these things. But yeah, I saw this article around Tether is back on the Bitcoin network, and I was like, okay, cool. Well, we got to talk about this, and it's pertinent time around stablecoins. There's sometimes these rumors. Yeah, Vicky, standout job there. Well done. But it is important, guys and girls, just to understand these things a bit better. You don't have to understand everything in depth and, you know, like what's backed by whatever, but just know. It's a nice opportunity to learn, guys. We're in the crypto space. We're going to be here for a long time. Be like sponges and wash those horses. All right. Anyway, bad jokes aside, let's I'm just looking at some of the I'm quickly going to mention a few of these. You guys have got about 5 minutes until we close this contest. We're going to announce the person who won the 30-day HODL fire. Just looking at yeah. So Marcel, these recent graduates, and really good class. I'm not going to brag about that class specifically, but there were two that kind of stood out. And we haven't given away the Spurts Award in a very long time on the course. I think it might have been back in October 2021. And yeah, these two people reminded me a lot of you and I, actually. One of them was on the call saying, yeah, met a friend for life, and I can well attest to that. So that was a highlight
That's great.
yeah. Yeah, then just be careful. They might end up being trainers and get roped into 4-H sessions and so much more. Whoops. What else was there? Live interaction with the trainers and co-learners on a regular basis made the training really wonderful. Of course, that is if you like group learning, right? There are pros and cons to our various courses. I mean, not many cons, but there are differences, shall we say. In the course, I'd love to learn more about the various indicators. All right, of course, that is important. What else was important? Trainers made the course, they are patient. Oh, thanks. And it's great to be able to ask questions. Of course, again, you have that option with the group learning or the live course option. There are options for the other one, which you're going to talk about in about 30 seconds, Vicky. Learning and understanding various indicators was fantastic. Thank you. Course is super well paced. Information is valuable. Superb training. You guys are just too nice. Nobody had anything bad to say. The compulsory homework. Student after my own heart. The compulsory homework is excellent as it forces you to participate and practice what you have learned. Yes. You can't just read this stuff and be like, oh, yeah, I know. You've got to do quizzes and homework to be able to really see if you are grasping the concepts. Trainers and community are helpful, inspiring. That's amazing. Thanks, Donna CN, for that comment. Love the humor you're putting in. Yes, that's a team effort. There's a herd of horses. And light bulbs, yes. Okay, there are certain terminology that we use in the course. Meat and potatoes might have been one as well. Watch the weight, spank on the Bollinger, and so much more. Okay, you guys have got 3 minutes to get any last entries in. But for now, you guys have seen the announcement. There is a new course at your own pace. Maybe you can't keep up with the speed at which I talk sometimes, and sometimes you need to slow it down. So Vicky's going to tell us a lot more about that right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, what is this? Sorry. HODLNOTS.com.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oopsie, let me
That's
get
a
off that.
wardrobe
That's a HODLNOTS.
malfunction right there.
Oopsie. So Bitcoin trending forecast. We have a drum roll new old course, let's say. It is the same course, but it is a self-paced
Better.
online course that we just launched. So I just want to show it to you. So if you go into bitcointrendingforecast.com and go to products, right down here, this is it. This is our new old course. So it's the same course that we give. Well, it's the same information that we give on our live course, which we still are having. So now people will have 3 options. We have a live course that's going to continue happening this year. We have a premium course, which is the one-on-one training, and now we have a self-paced course. So just wanted to show you a little bit about that. It costs the same. It depends on how you'd like to learn. Some people like to do self-paced. Some people like to do it in a group environment. Some people don't have the time to do a group environment because as the students can attest that are there, it's a very intense 2.5 weeks to start out with. And you're up all hours of the day. You have to take off work sometimes. So maybe you can't do that, but now you have this option. Or maybe you don't like this option and you love the group course. I mean, our last group course, we have 2 best friends now, so you wouldn't necessarily have that happen if you're doing self-paced. It really is up to you, but at least now we have a choice for people. So this is our self-paced trading course. And we are also having calls once a week. So we still are able to jump on with the students and meet them, and they can meet each other. So once a week on Thursdays, we'll still jump in. So if you'd like to just read about it, this is how the course works. You have 90 days basically to complete it. So you have 3 months to complete the course. And there are, if I scroll down, there are 50 modules. So this is actually what we're learning. And a lot of this, if you've done the course already, will look familiar to you. So again, this is everything we do in the live course over the 2.5 weeks, just broken down into little bite-sized bits. And what John was saying is now you can pause it, you can rewatch it, you can rewatch the modules as many times as you like. So just to make sure, oh, what did he say? And or what did she say? And get the information. So there's 50 modules, and this is telling you what they are. So everything, if you've done the course, should look familiar. There's nothing new. Except that people that have done the course and are in the lodge for a while now all know Liesl. So Liesl does all the emotional side of training, and we have included that in here as well because it's very important. And in fact, you heard it here first, Liesl will also be doing one next week, I believe. Either next week or the week after, I'd have to look. So she'll be doing another session because we haven't had one in a while. And it's so important, especially now that the market is just not participating with us. So that would be a good one to do now. So we just wanted to show you that we have launched this. We launched it yesterday, a little bit of soft launch, but it was on social media and dun, 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 dun. So if you have, this is a great option because not only now you have 3 options, if you have someone that you know, they can start right away because our next live course is the 28th of March. So they could start this one right away. Unfortunately, if you start this one, you can't transfer over to the you have to choose which one you'd like to do. So you either do this one or the live one, not both, or the premium. But at least it's a choice. You can start right now. I don't love group courses. I like self-paced, or I don't really like self-paced. I'd rather be in a group. So I think that's really exciting, and it's been a long time coming. It's been a lot of hard work from the team. And it's not done yet, but we are going to stay ahead of the pack. So there are lots of modules finished, and we're just going to keep going and stay ahead of all the students. So there you go, John.
Yeah,
That's what
we
we're
don't have far
doing.
to go. So, I mean, somebody who'd like to breathe through, I mean, there's 50 modules. I mean, you guys, you can see this, there is a lot of great content. And not only do you have videos to watch, but you also get those PDFs for you to make notes and stuff. But you'll see in between, we haven't really put it there, but there are quizzes and there are little
Mm-hmm.
recap quizzes. There's a whole bunch of really great concepts and content and everything to work through. Uh, at your own pace. Obviously, you can't take forever to do it. You do have the 3 months, which is plenty. Most of you who are on this call have done the course. You guys know that 2.5 weeks, you're doing 2 hours a day. Lovely. Obviously, there's homework in between. Yes, keeping you accountable, making sure that you are following along and getting those great concepts. But yes, more information. I will drop that link in shortly. But for now, all these answers have been dropped in, Vicky. I think. Oh, yes. Shoot,
Mm.
Wendy. Shoot from the hip. Go for it.
I also wanted to tell everybody that we are also having weekly live calls with that course. So even
Yes.
though it's the self-online paced course, once a week, you will have one of us wonderful trainers, probably mostly John and Vicky and myself, but we will be dialing you in. We'll be there to support. So it will still have the live support component,
Yes.
which will be available to you every week so that you can jump on and ask questions as you're doing the online course.
Absolutely. That is a very pertinent point as well. The self-paced course gives people the opportunity to do things in their own time. We know life is busy, time zones might be a bit tricky, but you still don't lose that live interaction, that live feel with everybody. Vicky's going to quickly show us some of this, where those quizzes are and everything else.
Yes, this is not the exact thing the students see, but it's close enough. So this is what it is. So you jump on, you choose the module, and you actually have to do them in order. So you can't jump from here to module 17, even if it looks good, but you have to do them in order. And we obviously do that for a reason. That's how we do the course. You have to build and build and build and build. But this is what it looks like. So there's a video, and then there's a PDF right here that you can scroll up and down and have a look at. So I just wanted to show everyone what that looks like as well.
Ooh,
Very
Yeah.
nice.
very fancy. Very, very fancy.
Mm.
Cool. Thank you for that. And yeah, thank you, Wendy. Thank you, Vicky, for just showing everybody a little bit of a teaser. If you want to find out more, the link is in the chat, not the Q&A section. You guys should all be able to see that chat. Have a look at it. Share the love. And yes, somebody has asked us already. Well, I'm already a HODLNOT, but I want to do the course again.
Mm.
Will I be able to? Sure, you can. But keep your eyes peeled on the space for something in about 2 weeks' time around all of that. So for those of you who are like, oh, I'd love to do that. It looks amazing. Look at all those great modules, all the videos. Yes, keep your eyes peeled. I'm not going to say much more, but there will be something available for all of you. So keep that in mind. Keep update. So, Dynasty also made a friend for life in her course 2021. You'll have to remind us who that was. But Vicky has been tabulating all of the answers in the background. Yes, I think so, Vix. So I think let's go for that. So put all the names on the wheel of names and let's do this.
Yes, I have been furiously putting thank you. There's been a lot of great feedback that friends for life, as John was saying, friends for life, trainers, pat on the back, and all the students, we love all the students, but I spun the wheel and Beatrice won this time.
Yay!
Hey,
Yeah,
well, very good.
congratulations. So if you'd like to claim your prize, please put in a support ticket and say that you won a 30-day HODL Fire on the Happy Hour Hangout, and we can organize that for you.
Well done, Beatrice. And well done to
Awesome. Well
everybody.
done.
Yeah. Well done to everybody else who's jumped in with their answers. Okay, right. I think I know exactly who you're talking about. That was also Spirit Awards. Oh, these Spirit Award people still staying around. I don't know what's going on with that, myself. So, anyway, we need to wrap up soon. We're going to pony up and ride out into the sunset. But yes, thank you to everybody being on the call today, everybody who took part in the quiz and dropped in your thoughts around the upcoming course, the ones that you guys have experienced and what you loved about it, creating a bit of, I don't know, almost an expectation, but a sense of what is to come for you if you choose to do the brand new self-paced HODLNOTS foundational trading course. Wendy, thank you for that information on stablecoins. Led to a nice little conversation around how we use them. Vicky, your insight. Marcel, as per usual, your wits, and of course the 10 percentages as well. So thank you for staying sharp. Yeah, lovely. Yeah.
Have a great week, everybody.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Have an amazing...
Until next month.
Yeah. Until next month, indeed. We'll be chatting to you guys in March again. We'll probably be looking mid-March. I don't know, Vicky, did we have it?
Yeah.
Looking the 19th? I think it might be the 19th. We'll be back for the next HODLNOTS Happy Hour Hangout session with a different theme, different contest possibly, and we'll be chatting about how some of the new students are faring in the self-paced course, because we already have a few people on the course. Woohoo!
Yes, already there.
Amazing. Beautiful stuff. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, co-hosts. We'll see you all soon.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, bye.
Bye.
Bye.